15.
You've got to look at their forehands. They're a little old school, isn't it?
I like old school.
Me too.
Makes me feel really comfortable, actually, Robbie.
I'm with you, Fitzy.
I think it was a real eye-opener to me, with all the other things that happened against Federer the other evening, to see how hard this youngster hits his forehand without missing it. You know, on the night, it was a better forehand than the great man's. And that's saying something, because Roger was missing. He was mistiming the ball. Had a high percentage of unforced errors by his lofty standards. This young lad used his forehand magnificently.
Do you think one of the reasons why we see single-handers with such big forehands is that when they're youngsters, they struggle so much with their backhands? I'm talking about, you know, 12, 13, 14. So they feel that when they do get a forehand as a youngster, they need to rip it and go for it and try and dictate the point.
Yeah, I think there's merit in that.
40, 15.
Of course, Stefanos' dad and also his coach is in the house. Apostolos. That's a good Greek name, isn't it?
Yes.
He's knocked the fluff off that one.
And Bautista Agut will go about his business just like every day. He's worked hard for many days in his career to get to this level. No frills attached. He will be hard to beat.
That is pinpoint.
I rest my case. First game, returns virtually on the line and cracks another forehand winner when he gets the opportunity. This guy can really play.
Yes.
It is placed with precision.
Mr. Tsitsipas has 2 challenges remaining. Advantage, Bautista Agut.
The last couple of years at the start of the season, this guy has been very impressive. It's the 4th consecutive year in which he has won a title prior to the Australian Open, because he won in Doha. The very first week of the year did Bautista Agut beat Djokovic in the semis along the way. He's got a break point here. There you go.
To mentally get up again after the biggest win of your young life and to play, hey, this is no journeyman. This is a seriously good player, Bautista Agut. We'll be watching with interest, probably for a fair period of time, I would say.
Out. 30 love.
Different conditions too, compared to the Federer match. You know,
Yeah.
night is very different to this. The ball flies more in the day here.
Power at the end of the range is incredible from the Spaniard. He's got lucky in the end. It's amazing how consistent both these guys are, given how flat they hit the ball. It shows you the kind of feel they have.
Again, Bautista Agut.
Well, this has been the perfect start
Bautista Agut leads
for Roberto.
2 games to love.
Take a look at the serve, how he leads with the left arm. He's got the platform serve, drives up well. The upper body is relatively straight, which is always a good sign on contact with the ball. All the weight is going upwards, so important in the serve. Tsitsipas serving from the tough end.
Love 15.
He's a consummate professional too, isn't he?
Isn't he just? He's so disciplined with everything. Shot making, choice of shots.
Time variation, 1 in Mr. Tsitsipas. 15.
As the serve clock is on the big screen.
Happened to him twice against Federer in the first game that he served. You know, the nerves and the surroundings just threw him a little bit. He got 2 warnings early on. None after that.
We don't want to be dropping it short to Bautista Agut.
No fuss. He just does so many things right. Understands when he can move inside the baseline when the ball's short, like you said, Robbie. He'll deal with that harshly if you drop it there.
Mr. Bautista Agut should have a call on the left outside line. The ball was called in.
Stefanos here pumps his fist. Even after the challenge, he thinks it's good. It's a good play from the youngster. He likes hitting that forehand and coming forward. He knew it was good too, by the way.
He did that so well against Federer the other evening, didn't he?
He sure did.
It was impressive in the forecourt.
Challenges remaining. Let's pass it. Again, Tsitsipas.
Great positioning in the forecourt. The first volley was right out the top drawer.
Well, he talked about, with John McEnroe, in fact, on court the other evening, about his volleying skill. And I think as a young player, that's almost the most impressive thing to me, because so many youngsters these days don't master that particular technique until they get a bit older. He's got it, and he's got it in spades as a youngster.
15.
I think it's his movement up at the net. He covers and anticipates well. A really instinctive volleyer. And he's a rare package at this age.
Yeah, phenomenal athlete for 6'4". Really is the modern day tennis player, isn't he?
That shot will worry me a little bit from him. The one-hander in these conditions that are flying here today in the middle of the day, warm, sunshine, the ball flies. Controlling that one-hander down the line may be a question mark in these conditions. It was fine in the evening.
What I love about him is the way he attacks the angle on the forehand. Never waits for the ball to come to him, does he?
Yeah, he almost runs through it, doesn't he?
Yes. Takes it so early. And couple that with the pace with which he hits the forehand. It's a heady combination.
There's your case in point, Robbie.
14.
Almost runs through the ball, takes it early, and that rushes the opponent because the ball's from his end down to the other end quicker than you expect.
That's such a great asset to have. A chance for Tsitsipas to get back on a level pegging here.
Yes.
Wow, that is very uncharacteristic to miss by that much.
Bautista Agut. Bautista Agut. Bautista Agut leads 3 games to 1.
So facing his first little bit of adversity, Bautista Agut comes through. Just keeps the Greek at arm's length.
Balls, please. Faster, please. Fast.
There's
been a lot of discussion about how he will respond after that match against Federer, but if you weren't with us at the start of the show, just remind you who this guy beat in Canada along the way when he made his first Masters 1000 final there. Eventually lost to Rafa, but of course he beat Dominic Thiem, who was 8 in the world, Novak Djokovic, who was 10. He beat Zverev, saved 2 match points. He was 3 in the world, beat Kevin Anderson the next round, saved 1 match point. Kevin was 6. And he beat 4 top 10 players. Don't think he's going to be too intimidated out here.
One of those was ranked 10 at the time, but that's not a true indication of where Novak Djokovic was coming from.
Too true. All said. And that is a Stefanos special. Of course, this Rod Laver Arena roof has had an upgrade. It took 3 years to install a new mechanism to help the roof close a little quicker. Closes in just under 5 minutes now. In the past, it used to take about 25 to 30 minutes to close the roof here.
Got to be careful coming in when it puts you at such such a negative position. He was defensively trying to volley that passing shot from Bautista Agut. Dangerous to come in if it's not really pressing home an advantage with the approach shot.
These guys are just so good with that first strike after their serve. The vast majority of rallies throughout the tournament will be less than 5 shots. That is the reality of the modern day game. So you've got to be good with that one strike.
Bautista Agut.
Anything you can do, so can I.
Bautista Agut leads 4 games to 2.
Absolutely, and isn't it interesting watching a player, two different personalities here on this court. You sort of see everything that Tsitsipas does. You don't quite see everything that Bautista Agut does. He's ahead 4-2 under the radar.
That's a
typical.
Perfect example. Yeah, the ice and fire that we used to see with Bjorn and John, right?
wrong choice, I think. I mean, he didn't have a lot of options there, did he? He only just got to the ball, Bautista Agut on the drop shot. But once he pushed this across court, it really had to be a winner. He was out of position for anything that would come next.
Dirty, 15.
Given how much we think this is going to be a physical battle, I think the serves are going to be important. How many unreturned serves each player has. Giving you that easy hold, expending less energy.
Is that one-handed backhand down the line in these fiery conditions? Tough to hit that time and time again with accuracy, I think, today.
You made that call already early on in the match. You've been spot on.
He may well find his range because he did it the other evening, but it's a little heavier at night, a little more control.
Whoa.
40, 30.
Gee, Bautista Agut will be disappointed with that. That was an opportunity to press home an advantage here. He's already got the break. It's a wasted opportunity.
Yeah.
Again, Tsitsipas.
Important hold for Tsitsipas, still looming large in the rear view mirror.
No problem with it down the line there. He was set very early though, wasn't he? Moves well. He's got a quick first step. Tsitsipas, and when he had his opponent on the defensive, he was there in plenty of time. That's a different ball game. If you're there set, balanced, a bit different to other options when it's deeper, a bit quicker on you and you're not balanced as well.
He has vaporized that forehand. I mean, look at the spread from the left of your screen to the right. I don't care how fast you are. You're not going to catch up to that, are you?
Is vaporized a South African term?
I don't think so.
I like it.
All right, back at you.
13.
Yeah, his forehand is impressive, isn't it? Until I saw him play against Federer the other night, and I saw that live, I didn't know his forehand was this good.
Love the way he just shortened it up there on the backswing. Great timing.
That's your.
He's coach of Roberto Bautista Agut to Pepe Vendrell. I've been a team for a long time. Good combo. Once again, Tsitsipas making some good inroads. He's got himself another break point. Oh, he's missed it or not?
The ball's called in.
Well, what we did notice the other evening was that Stefanos is very definite about his challenges. Not always correct, but he does it with vigor when he challenges.
Oh, it's well wide.
Yeah, he's right. And there's the first bit of influence from the crowd. The Greek component here really vocalizing their approval.
What a get it was on the lob from Tsitsipas. Just to keep himself alive on the point, and again bringing that athleticism into play. So after 34 minutes, it's honours even, 4-all.
Well, he has a bit of momentum here at the moment too, does Tsitsipas. Very important break back there for 4-all. A spring in his step again.
It's one thing having a lot of support, but you've got to give them plenty to cheer about. That's exactly what he's done in the last 5 minutes. It's not coming back. These guys are both so lethal when they've got time on the ball. Short and central. You're in trouble if they get to use their forehand. Look at the depth and the width.
Yes.
That's the one you've been warning against.
It's got him a little bit uncomfortable, hasn't it? That particular down the line single-hander. You need a bit of time there. I mean, Federer has been the master of it. Stan Wawrinka, of course.
A certain Frenchman as well has got a pretty good backhand down the line. Richard Gasquet.
Yeah, you need strength, don't you, to control that.
Back to deuce from 40 love.
Advantage. Tsitsipas.
He's certainly got his teeth in the match. He's not thinking about that round of 16 victory over the great man right now.
Again, Tsitsipas.
Now bruising angles and egos with that forehand. There's Tsitsipas.
He's got some versatility, Tsitsipas, though. I mean, he can slice the ball with accuracy. He understands most concepts of the game, doesn't he? He comes under the ball, comes over it. It's the one coming over it I'm not convinced about, but I think as he gets a little older and more mature, he'll handle that one-hander so well. But he does everything else with aplomb at the moment. The volleying, the serving, the movement.
15.
He looks like the complete package for sure.
Fifteen, 13.
Gee, dangerous times now. This set has really turned.
And it's not about how many double faults or aces you hit, but when you hit them. And that was the first double fault for Bautista Agut in the match.
With the quickness, the anticipation, and the reach of Tsitsipas makes it very difficult to serve aces against him. Federer had more trouble than normal against him the other evening, get the ball away from his reach. He makes you play that extra ball so often.
Portside missed the Tsitsipas positional call on the right near sideline. The ball was called in.
More out than in, but it doesn't mean it's out.
No, it doesn't. Through the air, I thought this was going wide, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Catches it, doesn't it?
Does it?
Yeah.
Portside 13.
Yeah, it is indeed one of those line-licking
Mr.
forehands.
Tsitsipas has one challenge remaining. Let's first serve.
Definitely not an Aussie.
Hey, don't you start now. Oh, dear. I thought you were a better man than that, Robbie.
Couldn't resist, Fitzy.
Bautista Agut.
Well, there wasn't much in that game.
No. A millimetre or two, and it's set point versus game point. This is the first real poor execution that we've seen from Stefanos. This battle well and truly joined. Dad and brother. It's Patrick Mouratoglou in the front, where he spends a bit of time training as the Greek.
It's
a pretty big serve, 198 out wide. I mean, it'll measure faster if he hits an ace here down the middle in the tee. That's where it measures the highest, but 198 wide on the second court, that's big. There it is, 207.
He heard you, Fitzy.
This is live tennis too. I didn't know that was coming. That's what he's capable of.
Again, Tsitsipas.
Another speedy hold, and that's
Love 15.
interesting. When we have a look at the average topspin rate, you can see how flat Bautista Agut hits it, Fitzy. I think Tsitsipas, a lot more revs on his forehand. Still not as many as somebody like a Federer or Nadal.
15 over.
They're in the mid 3000s. Look on the backhand as well. He tries to brush up the single-hander more so than the Spaniard.
Hot. Fifteen, 13.
The Greek looking a little bit more likely, isn't he, in the latter stages of this set? Oh, wow.
15, 14.
Okay. There's that lethal forehand. And the footwork of this agile 6'4" young athlete. Backs away and has time.
Some lovely Athenian artistry when he needed it most. That forehand brings up 2 set points. That's great all-court tennis, isn't it?
14.
Remember Miroslav Machia,
Yes,
the big cat?
yes.
This kid moves well. He covers the court beautifully. Like he had time there. He can take large steps and remain balanced. Couldn't win that one.
Here he comes. Stefanos Tsitsipas wins the opening stanza.
Love 15.
I'm pretty confident to say, though, that Roberto Bautista Agut won't go anywhere. He's here for the long haul. He is a steady, clear-thinking character. His work starts again now.
Forehand is world class. He just stands and delivers, doesn't give up any ground. You know, the technique is obviously different to somebody like Federer, but the principle of taking that ball on so early is very much like Roger on the forehand side. Oh, come on.
15.
Well, you need some luck. But it was the control and the awareness of opening the face of that racket. It was the subtlety there for me.
Game, Tsitsipas.
And he drops the hammer at 207.
First game, second set.
And Maria, I think, part of the inspiration for young Stefanos.
It's great, isn't it?
That's hello.
Of course, they play together at Hopman Cup. At tennis event, we have our first week at Perth. Were you there, Fitzy, at Hopman Cup?
I was there. I saw Stefanos live. Hadn't seen him live before then. Saw Maria as well. Both quality young players. But this guy's got everyone's attention this week, hasn't he?
Hello.
He certainly has.
Game, Bautista Agut.
That is exquisite control of a tennis ball.
One, game on.
The length and the width on this shot, about as good as it gets.
Great balance, isn't it? Backs away, finds the perfect time to transfer his weight back in the direction he wants it to go.
Love 15.
Seen that a couple of times this week. Not only from Stefanos, but the approach down the middle, or the ball that can easily be a winner down the middle, because they figure that the opponent is going to go one way or the other. And it's not a bad ploy at times. That's a rare
15,
occurrence as well from Tsitsipas.
First one of the match.
I think by memory he hit 2 or 3 over 4 sets only against Roger Federer the other evening.
Don't overcharge him, Fitzy.
You're doing my homework for me, Robbie. It was 1, in fact. I knew it wasn't a large number.
It's impressive, isn't it?
Not sure about this, though. This might have dropped wide, or indeed long. It wasn't wide.
15, 14.
If you draw a line directly behind the baseline, but that's not in.
Yep.
Remain.
So break points here.
Great court craft from Bautista Agut.
Love 15.
Well, he shows maturity beyond his years, doesn't he? I mean, he was angry at the change of ends. He really unhappy. Got that out of his system. He's back on it straight away. Back to business.
15. Thirty, 15.
I think at this age too, you've got to be a little careful of flat spots. You know, that the longer you've been a professional, like Bautista Agut, is less likely to have really deep valleys with the peaks. He'll be more steady, maintain that level for longer. I think younger players have a tendency to possibly drop off more at times, and we have to see whether Stefanos can avoid that here.
He's taken a page out of Stefanos' book here, isn't he?
It's fair to say he's no slouch with the forehand himself. Good game.
Again, Bautista Agut. New balls, please.
He's bounced back from that first set lost, has Roberto.
Bautista Agut leads 3 games to 1.
And why would you be surprised?
This is a confidant. Pepe Van Drel as coach for a number of years now.
Doing a lot of talking there. Got to be a bit careful.
As long as it's only encouragement and not coaching.
How's your Spanish, Robbie?
Not good. Not good at all.
Love.
Did all the hard work.
15.
Couple of great gets.
Interesting watching that win predictor there. Okay.
Tsitsipas.
All right, so he's taken too long now. Loses his first serve.
That's correct. Oh, that is too good.
Yeah, took a risk. Maybe partly due to the fact he's down by a break already. This is a second serve, but the penalty cost him his first serve opportunity here. Second serve, ace. He's got some X factor, hadn't he?
40,
Oh, that's
15.
a perfect description, isn't it?
Needs some arrogance, I think, to be at the top of this sport. You can do it with class, and he does. But he's confident. He believes in his ability. Wow.
Tsitsipas.
How's our win predictor looking here, John? Pre-match, Stefanos was the underdog. Still a case, even after winning the opening set.
Amazing. I wouldn't have thought there was anything in it at the beginning of the match. I would have thought 50-50 was a fair call.
Keep in mind that in a major, when Tsitsipas has won the opening set, he has never lost, 7-0. Oh, how about that? And I just want to remind you of the flip side of that as well, Fitzy. That's Bautista Agut. When he loses the first set at the majors, he's 8-20. So it's not a great record. Only 8 wins, but 20 losses. Again, testimony to how difficult it is to win when you've lost the opening set, even for somebody like Roberto.
Yeah, I would have thought that Bautista Agut would have a much better record after losing the first set. He's a strong physical player who never lies down. He competes to the end. He's hard to put away. I would have thought it was 8-20. That surprises me.
Yeah.
I would have thought 8 and
maybe 50-50.
yeah, 8-10, 8-12.
That's big time tennis.
40-15.
Of course, the good news, if you're a fan of the Spaniard, he did it just a couple of matches ago. In fact, it was his last match against Marin Cilic when he lost the opening set. Bounced back to win.
Game Bautista Agut. Bautista Agut leads 4-2. Safety love.
He's ahead in the ace race, 9-2.
That brings a smile to my face. Someone with that agility, that size, with the speed and agility to make this, he comes in on a ball that puts him under pressure and adapts beautifully. That's skill.
40 love.
You get a thumbs up from a man who volleyed as well as Fitzy. That is a real stamp of approval.
You're too kind, but
Game, Tsitsipas.
yeah, he's impressive.
Bautista. 15.
Just continues to go about his business, doesn't he, Roberto? He's a class act.
And it's always a sign of what a great placer of the ball you are when you can finish off the rally with a shot like that.
That's it. 40 low.
He's no one-trick pony either.
He certainly isn't.
Beautiful feel. Lovely volley.
He's won all 4 points when he's come in this set. 7 of 9 for the match. Just suffocating Tsitsipas there with depth.
Bautista Agut leads 5 games to 3.
So this time Tsitsipas not able to break in the 8th game. And being a breakdown as he was able to do in the opening set. At the very least, Bautista Agut will have a chance to serve for set number 2.
Yeah.
15.
Takes it on the rise. No harm in being a bit more aggressive than normal in this game. He's up a break. Why not try to unsettle his younger opponent with a bit of this? He's going to win him a lot of points in his career. Tsitsipas with that serve, short reply, drills a forehand down the line and goes in. That'll be one of his stock standard plays.
$14, 15.
That is glorious. difficulty factor in this shot is right up there. It's made it look so easy. Taking it early, changing direction, heading it over the highest part of the net into the least amount of court. Off the charts good.
Mr. Tsitsipas to show a call on the right service line. The ball is called out.
Well, he didn't hold back on that second serve.
That's out of the Nick Kyrgios playbook, that one.
Yeah.
Goal stands. Use. Advantage, Tsitsipas.
Forehand is good, isn't it?
I think it's
better than good.
Better than good.
Challenge remaining.
It's going to pay for some nice real estate in Athens in years to come.
A real estate man, I see. A little casual.
Yes.
Yeah, he knows it, doesn't he?
Yeah, not. He didn't commit. He got casual. He was there, and by his standards, not a difficult volley. He thought he was just going to clip that one over and run and walk to the side. No such luck. I'm going to refer to that as the real estate play from now on.
Like it. We just need some dollar signs that swing up in a graphic as soon as he hits it.
Yes.
Big difference there. You'd expect that. Bautista Agut, such a safe player, misses relatively few.
Advantage, Tsitsipas.
That's better, Fitzy. Took a bit more care with that final shot. Oh, that's a wonderful tennis IQ, understanding where the space is.
Stefanos, you good?
15 love.
In fact, his shoes come off. So he's allowed to take time here, just to get the equipment back in working order. Keep those treads nice and tight.
Lights for serve. Lights for serve.
There's the one that he lives and dies by a little bit there. It's a matter of choosing exactly the right moment to hit it, I think. If he rushes himself at all, it's fraught with danger to spray that one wide.
Oh, it's one of my favorite patterns of play, that.
30-15.
Stefan Edberg used to do it all the time. Take that forehand early, just bunt it down the line, come in.
Chelsea 15.
So after 42 minutes in the second set, it's Bautista Agut with 2 set points. That's the way to shut the gates on set number 2.
6 games to 4.
Roberto wins it 6 games to 4. It's a set apiece. What's your gut feel? We've seen these guys on court for, what, an hour and a half now? Are you leaning towards one player over the other, Fitzy?
Look, I'm a good fence sitter.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't mind that either.
Oh, look, I just find it hard to pick here. You know, the youngster, can he produce the same standard that he did the other night over another 2 hours?
Mm-hmm.
Unusual for a 20-year-old to be this much of a threat at a major. So all of these things are sort of untested. We know how well Bautista Agut will play for the rest of this match. My only question with him was at the start. I mentioned how he may have struggled to recover from those long initial matches of his, but there's no sign of that really. I think if I was going to, I think if Stefanos can play close to his best, he might win. But that's a question mark. And he's got to do it for a sustained period of time here.
Our phone's just lighting up with Twitter responses from all the Greek supporters saying, hey, Robbie, he's got Bautista Agut where he wants him. Every match he's won has been 4 sets. Keep the symmetry going, right?
I reckon you would have been the perfect father, you know, telling those stories, bedside stories. You would have had people enthralled.
Yes. Mr. Tsitsipas has shown the call on the right near sideline. The ball's called in. Yes. Mr. Tsitsipas has 2 challenges remaining.
He's not backward in challenging. He has a crack.
You highlighted that at the start. Too true.
And the body language when he challenges is just so positive. He thinks he's got it right every time on the challenge.
He would have been tough to play as a junior, right?
Yeah. Intimidating.
Calling your own lines.
I'm not suggesting anything there. I'm just saying that when he challenges, he doesn't pull any punches. Why not? Gee, that's feel. Great hands from the young Greek.
15 left.
I'm going to give you a couple of names. You've got $100,000 and you can invest in those stock options right now of a player. Who's going to win the first major out of the likes of Tsitsipas, Zverev, Shapovalov, Tiafoe, maybe an Alex de Minaur thrown in Aussie.
Well, the first point I'd like to make is that you're a very appropriate bank source, Robbie.
Okay.
Yeah. I like the fact that you're putting up that 100.
Mm-hmm.
40, 15.
It's a nice step, but I'm relying on you to make the good investment for us.
Okay. That's your first mistake. Look, Zverev is ahead of everyone, isn't he? He's there first, but he's older. He hasn't been that outstanding at the majors by his world ranking, though, which worries me a little bit. I'm sure his time will come.
Game Bautista Agut. 1 game on.
Just the 1 quarterfinal for him.
Yeah, I'd have to go with him. He's older.
Okay.
He's more advanced. He's been ranked 4 in the world for a while.
Yeah, he's won a couple of Masters 1000s.
Yeah. And he's got consistent wins over the heavyweights.
Love 50.
A year older than Stefanos Tsitsipas is Alexander Zverev, 21. Be 22 in April.
What I will say is that Tsitsipas and Shapovalov,
yes,
they have the most versatile games. That I like. They have multi-dimensional options. They both come in well. They both serve really well. All court games, and I think under different, they have the ability to win in different circumstances. I like the multi-dimensional approach to playing. Those two guys really get my attention.
Mr. Tsitsipas is shown a call on the right central service line. The ball is called out.
You?
I thought it was wide.
What about your opinion on those 5 youngsters?
Speaking of multi-dimensional, that just might be the clincher for me.
Mr. Tsitsipas has 1 challenge remaining.
I think if I had to only pick one, probably before this tournament, even before the start of the season, I would have picked Zverev, but I think Tsitsipas might have just jumped in front of him, given what I've seen this week. I think a massive progress.
Game.
I accept that.
But it's a tight race.
Look.
Well, he's starting to employ that drop shot even more and more. Just a sign of his versatility. So when you become good at a sport like this, surely you must have multiple ways to win points. He's giving us an array at the moment. A little ambitious there. I don't mind ambition. But very difficult when you look at the angles and the depth of this court to play it from back there near the shadow, way back behind the baseline, try to hit a topspin lob. Percentages of that are through the floor.
Such good court craft.
Well, we've talked a lot about Tsitsipas's ability to get around the court, his athleticism. In a more subtle way, Bautista Agut is also an incredible athlete. He doesn't get your attention as much, but he moves with beautiful balance. And when he gets there, he's got some feel.
Game. Bautista Agut. 2 games off. love 15.
Well, in his subtle,
Love 13.
way, Bautista Agut is just sneaking up on this match, isn't he? You sort of don't notice him doing it.
Yeah, it's not like he bludgeons you to death, is it? It's just a little nick here, another one there.
It's certainly an understated way, but he's here right now.
14.
This match can turn here.
Started with a double fault, opening point of the game. Just put Tsitsipas behind the 8 ball. 3 break points. It's RBA all the way.
15 love.
If you
Mr.
weren't-
Tsitsipas is shown a call on the left near sideline. The ball's called in. Fifteen love. Let's first set. Third silo.
For joining us.
Mr. Tsitsipas has no more challenges remaining.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, he's quick on the trigger on those challenges, and it's left a little hole here. No options left but to accept the calls. It's only halfway through this third set. Of course, he'll get more in the fourth, but for this third set, his challenging days are over.
Unless he can get it to a tiebreaker. He'll get an additional one there. Get signed for one of those right now with Tsitsipas.
Forty, 15.
It's like a battery charged metronome, isn't he? Keeps coming at you.
Too true.
Bautista Agut. Bautista Agut leads 4 games to 2.
Well, he won the second, he came back, and now he's got the jump in the third. The momentum is heading the Spaniards' way here. Now it's time for Stefanos Tsitsipas to go where he hasn't been before. It's like Star Trek.
Let's go serve.
Well, he did that against Federer a few times. He hits a cross court and comes into that forehand. I don't like it generally, but he gets away with it a bit because his forehand is so penetrating. He hits it so hard.
And he understands the pattern of play as well, is the cross court pass. So he leans there. So at least he does cover that much.
Oh, he took the foot off the pedal.
15 over.
A lapse in concentration. Is there a flat patch here? That's what you've got to start thinking about. Can't challenge anyway, but it's definitely wide.
Yep.
Time violation, warning, time violation, loss of serve, Mr. Tsitsipas.
Second time it's happened now that he has lost a serve. That's all that happens each time you get a time violation. And each time he responds with considerable aplomb. I really respect his attitude to the situation. Just got on with it, didn't he?
He did. Yeah, good sign.
Previous time that happened, he hit a second serve ace.
Wow. This guy's relentless though, isn't he?
I guess that's why the umpire has to be fair to both players, Fitzy, because if Roberto is running him around, he doesn't want to allow Stefanos to have that additional time. He wants to play him while he's tired, right?
No way, you got to play within the time frames.
Yep.
That's the rules of the game. It's all good though, he accepted it well.
Yes.
13.
I think it was good officiating all round. Good attitude, as I said, for the youngster.
Again, Tsitsipas.
Closes the gap. We've seen some good all-court tennis from both players, Fitzy.
Yeah, I think some of the spectacular stuff we've seen all tournament from Tsitsipas has just gone a bit flat here, though, while his opposition is maintaining his level beautifully.
Pots.
Do you get the feeling there's going to be a few more peaks and valleys in this match?
Absolutely.
We've got a way to go, haven't we?
Yep. Well. Of course, when he was down a break in set number 1, it was the 8th game. Tsitsipas broke back. He's got a chance to replicate that now. 2 break points.
Beautiful. High quality, isn't it?
30, 40.
I mean, to hit the ball with that speed, that accuracy, and then finish it off with this. Wonderful tennis of the highest quality here.
It's just no panic. He doesn't try and hit it too hard.
Yeah.
He's not out of the woods yet.
Let's. First serve.
What a 1-2 combination again.
Tsitsipas.
He's missed it. Tsitsipas breaks back.
Bautista got the shoulder call on the right far sideline. The ball's called out.
Well, this is wide. If this is not wide, I'm going to get 3 new pairs of spectacles. Robbie?
This is well wide.
So I think he knew it.
4 games all.
Well, the ebbs and flows.
Mr. Bautista Agut has 2 challenges remaining.
She was right, wasn't she, Maria? That's about how far it was.
4 apiece.
15 love.
Wow, and that break back has caused the tension and the atmosphere in this stadium to light up again.
Oh, you've got to love the subtlety of both those shots. And it just shows you how devastating placement can be.
It's not all about power, is it? There's guile, choice of shot, when to play it. Just beautiful. You know, great players, I think, have the ability to change tempo. You know, Tsitsipas has that. He also has the ability to change the speed of how he hits the ball during a rally. So he can caress the ball and out of nowhere accelerate. Different.
Oh, there's nothing caressing about that forehand.
Well, there's one of those approaches to the forehand that gets him into trouble. He gets away with it a lot because of the speed he hits it with. But Agut there, so deep in the court, he couldn't get this ball past him. And that's dangerous when you give a player of this caliber a running forehand. But the X factor he has is multi-layered, I think, Tsitsipas. We can't talk him up too much yet because he hasn't won a major, but he has the qualities that stand out. He can change the pace of the ball.
Yeah, do stuff like this.
Yeah. And change a flat period into an exciting period very quickly.
That's exactly what he's done here. Momentum firmly with the Greek now.
15 love. To love. That's 15.
Might be a nice little confidence booster. If he starts to make this shot a bit more regularly, watch out. He struggled early on, didn't he? Very difficult to do for a one-hander. Change direction from the cross court to the down the line.
Well, from Bautista Agut's point of view, I don't like that miss. Seemed to not get his feet into position there. He got jammed. Unusual miss.
Good improvisation on the return of serve for the youngster. Super scintillating and sensational.
Did I see a lack of movement from Bautista Agut there? I mean, this is a big winner, but it's not near the sideline. I wonder, is the physical toll getting to him?
Set point, Tsitsipas. Oh, he's paid the price.
Well, he's handled that disappointment well too, Tsitsipas, because the set was there for his taking. He just mishit the forehand.
Old Faithful letting him down at the most crucial stage in this third set.
How casual was the shot from Bautista Agut though? Set point down.
Yep.
He just
flinch.
rifled the forehand winner.
Oh, stop it!
Advantage, Bautista
Well,
Agut.
I'm not sure he's playing in his normal way here, 100%, Bautista Agut. I mean, that's a heck of a shot, but I just wonder if he's physically hurting a bit here. He's keeping the points a bit shorter. What a time to play that.
He's just checked the clock again, counting it down before he serves. Fitzy, I think you're onto something.
Yes.
His time on court here, these last 9 days, has been way up there.
You're spot on. Coming into this match, Tsitsipas 12 hours, 16 minutes. Bautista Agut, just over 14 hours. Most of all the quarterfinalists.
Mr. Bautista Agut is on the call on the left far sideline. The ball is called out.
Well, we talk at times about what it takes to win majors. Most of us don't know, Robbie, but for the great players, they tend to win their early round matches quicker than the rest of the guys. And that gives them a freshness in the second week that allows them to launch their attack. Set point against again.
Yes.
He lets him off twice. Wonder if that's tightness.
You would have to think so. The ball didn't have a lot of velocity and it crashed into the net.
Let's pass it. Tsitsipas.
I think there's been a couple of nerves here when he's had the opportunity to finish this set, but I definitely think there's a drop in physical presence from this man. And it only takes a subtlety.
Will it be third time lucky for Tsitsipas? How good is that?
Wow.
And the pantheon of great shots. That backhand is right up there.
Mr. Bautista Agut is shown a call on the right baseline. The ball's called in.
Well, for me, that might be an indication also that Tsitsipas knows his opponent is struggling. He catches the line there. The luck is with him. And that would be the good luck is with him. He drop shotted on the first point there to bring his opponent forward.
30 love.
Is that related to
Mr. Bautista Agut has two
the movement of his
challenges
opposition?
remaining.
He's serving first here too. 2 sets to 1, serving first. He's looking like getting off to a good start. Things rolling the young guy's way.
(40-15). Game, Tsitsipas.
Perfect
First
start
game,
for the
fourth
youngster.
set.
That's the reason why he missed Auckland this
15.
year. He won in Doha.
Took the week off before the Open.
Yep.
I hope we're not seeing that for his sake. But there's a suspicion.
That's your love.
Tsitsipas still is going to have to beat him, though. He's going to have to win this match rather than have Roberto give it to him on a plate. That won't happen.
I wouldn't predict it. I think Tsitsipas is looking very good right now.
False your love.
It's been a big swing change since the start of the match, where I wouldn't predict I had Bautista Agut as the favourite. Once again, the youngsters defying the odds.
Game, Bautista Agut. New balls, please. 1 game on.
What is the mentality here when you're hurting in a match? How do you hang on in there? How do you process it? What's the mindset?
Well, it's perseverance of the mind. You have to have a strong mind, I'm sure, but it's got a bit to do with pain threshold too, I think. Some of us have lower pain thresholds than others, Robbie. He certainly doesn't look afraid to win, does he? Tsitsipas.
That's important, isn't it?
Very. Yep, it is. Oh, that's ambitious. Wrong choice there.
15.
Notice how quick he was to get out there, though. He was there with time. He just chose the wrong shot there. Probably should have chipped this ball back across court and deep again if he could have. But look at that long stride with the balance. You reckon he'd make a good 400-metre runner?
He would. But I think it comes second to Wade van Niekerk.
Okay. He wouldn't be from the same part of the world that you're from, would he?
Absolutely.
30.
Got to back up my hometown boy. But I'm a big fan of the 400 meters. It's a good call, Fitzy. He's got those kind of strides on him, hasn't he? Of course, the great Ed Moses was one of my favorite athletes growing up. That was 400 hurdles back in the day.
I used to live at Newport Beach in California. Edwin Moses lived down the street.
It's pretty cool.
Didn't take him long to get anywhere.
That's a...
And obstacles were no problem.
Sure.
Oh, his versatility, all court play, beautiful to watch.
Talk about paying your dues, Fitzy. This guy lost in the round of 16 on 9 previous occasions. 10-time lucky for Roberto, getting to his first quarterfinal. Three of those losses were actually right here. 2014, it was Dimitrov who beat him. In 16, it was Burdick. And in 17, Milos Raonic. He's been playing some good tennis.
That's 40.
He was very impressive in dismantling Alexander Zverev yesterday. 1-1-6 the scoreline there.
He's a live chance, isn't he? Milos.
Got a sneaky feeling about him this season. Be careful.
2 games off.
Since his Wimbledon final, he hasn't, by those standards, set the world on fire, but he's due, I think. He's back, it seems.
The body's healthy. It's always the big question mark for Milos. Can he play a season and remain injury-free?
Well, it's a big body.
It is.
A lot can go wrong with big bodies, you know.
Let's. First serve. $15 left. Look, please. That's it.
Points are a bit shorter, aren't they, I think?
$40.
Things going quickly here in this fourth set.
Again, Tsitsipas.
Yeah, you can see a bit of fatigue perhaps starting.
Mr. Tsitsipas is shown a call on the right far sideline. The ball was called in.
The other thing I like about his challenges is that they're timely, straight away. There's no asking the box there.
15 love.
Yeah, he's not short on
Mr. Tsitsipas
throwing the
has
dice on
2
those challenges.
remaining.
Used up his others in the third set by halfway through the set after 5 games. 2 remaining in this set.
30 love.
Another one.
Mr. Tsitsipas is shown a call
Well,
on the
that
right
looked to
side
me to
line.
slide
The
off the
ball
line,
was
so
called
if
in.
that's the case, it'll be 1 left. Look how definite he is.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Well, that one was a shocker. That was inside the line.
Mr. Tsitsipas has
So,
1 challenge.
Getting ahead of himself on the challenges.
Yeah.
Handled it well. As long as he doesn't try to finish it too quickly, Tsitsipas. He's got to keep playing the same tempo if he can.
Again, Bautista Agut.
3 apiece.
3 games over.
Fitzy, how difficult is it when that finishing line is in sight, just to maintain that tempo?
Yeah, I think you have to think clearly, don't you? And that's the importance of, I guess, maturity and experience in some ways. He hasn't had a lot of experience comparatively, but he certainly has maturity beyond his years. He has to think clearly here
15 love.
and not rush too much. I mean, there's a long way to go, really, in some ways, isn't there? His opponent is a warrior. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Once again, just digging into that manual of masterpieces.
There's a pool of talent here, isn't there? Great feel.
40 love.
Well, worrying stages now for Bautista Agut. When you start getting towards the end, the business end of the set, the danger just becomes a little more highlighted.
Again, Tsitsipas.
Oh, nothing better than a love hold at this stage in a match, and it's just
leads 4
what
games to 3.
Tsitsipas has got.
Love fitting. Ah! 15. Late. So.
over.
30-15.
He's going to have to beat Bautista Agut, isn't he? You can't just chip the ball back and expect this man to give it to him. It won't happen. He's going to have to get a hold of the ball, be just as aggressive as he has been all match so far. And that doesn't really mean that defending from so far behind the baseline will cut the mustard here. Has to get on the front foot when he can.
40-13. Game, Bautista Agut. 4 games off.
And you've just got to keep hanging around.
Roberto?
Yep.
Yep, he does.
You got to be in it to win it. You just never know what might happen on the other side of the court. That's exactly what he's done in this 4th set. This man's looked stronger, but it's still only 4-all. I guess the key for Tsitsipas has been how comfortably he has been able to hold serve. He's only lost 2 points. Over half his serves have been unreturned.
Very low.
He has the ability. You know, you asked me about his service motion early in the match. You know, I mean, it's probably not perfect. He falls away a bit to the left, we talked about, but he's still serving. That one, 186, deep into the 4th. He can serve big for long periods of time. It's really helping him here. It's more advantageous than the Bautista Agut serve.
40 low.
He's tired too, but I think the opposition is worse off physically. He picked the right way, didn't he, Roberto?
40-15.
He's just trying to hang in there, like you said, Robbie, get to the tiebreaker possibly. Get through it and wonder what's on the other side.
Game, Tsitsipas.
It's another ace.
It's inevitable over time that reactions and speed around the court will just diminish slightly. The edge comes off it. Both players, you know, don't have the vitality quite the same as they did earlier in the match, and That matchup is interesting even at the back end of a match, isn't it? Just a
30-15.
physical ability of both of them to stay engaged. That shot would not have been missed, most likely, at the beginning of the match. They're in probably the back end of a 12th round in a 15-rounder, aren't they, in boxing terminology?
Yes, I like it.
Starting to slow, but the mind and heart still willing. Although I think it would make a big difference to get slammed into the body for 12 rounds.
I wouldn't like to find out.
No.
Game of Bautista Agut. Five games on.
What guts Bautista Agut has. You have to admire it.
Outs. 15 left. Mr. Bautista Agut is shown a call on the right baseline. The ball is called out.
Well, it was an overall, wasn't it, by Maria Cicak? And a good one. She's a professional. She's good.
Mr. Bautista Agut has one challenge remaining. That's allowed.
Once again, just motoring through his service game.
Game Tsitsipas. New balls, please. Love 15.
Well, the atmosphere goes up. The electricity becomes a lot more apparent when Tsitsipas gets the early lead in the games here on his opponent's serve. Oh, he's got 2 points here. Here's the window of opportunity.
Let's first serve.
Well, possibly should have gone forward there, in retrospect.
15-13.
He had a short ball on the backhand. I thought he might come over the ball down the line, which is what he tends to do, Robbie, isn't it? But he just chipped it back across court and retreated.
That's where you got to be brave.
Well, he had the chance. Retreated and was put on the back foot. 15-30. Well, you can understand the tension. Just lagging deep into the court a little bit, Tsitsipas, and dropping the ball a fraction short. Bautista Agut is too good for that. He'll step in and use that forehand, even in his tired state.
What a time to serve your second double fault.
Well, surely he sensed that Tsitsipas was going to try and attack there. Went for too much.
After 3 hours and 4 minutes, it's match point for Tsitsipas.
Nerves of steel. Tsitsipas played the point beautifully, except for the last slice backhand. He could have won it here at any time. This one he drops just too short. There was nothing on it. But nerves of steel needed there to thread that down the line.
One match point saved.
Mr. Tsitsipas is shown a call on the left near sideline. The ball's called in.
Of course, if he's wrong, he's out of challenges for this game. Goes to a tiebreaker, of course he'll get another one.
Advantage. Bautista Agut. Mr. Tsitsipas has no more challenges remaining. Replay points.
Well,
I hit the first set on the line. He played the net. I disagree with you. Totally.
Now, what's it with Spaniards and replays of points? I don't know about you, but for me on a first serve, I think it's almost impossible for the call to hinder your shot,
yeah,
Fitzy.
I agree.
And
I agree.
Roberto's argument, I think, even accentuated by the fact he said he hit the line. So he's been hard done by there. But he has got some steely resolve. That is undeniable.
Tie break. Both players received one additional challenge.
How does it affect you when you've had a match point, you're so close, And yet now you've got to go back and play a tiebreaker. Affects some players different than others.
1-0, Tsitsipas.
He's just winning the points on his own serve so comfortably, so quickly, Tsitsipas. That's an advantage.
It could be a determining factor in this tiebreaker if he continues to get these free points on serve. Can he continue to replicate in the tiebreaker what he's been able to do in his service games?
Let's first serve.
Oh, wonderful. Athleticism at its best.
2-0, Tsitsipas.
No, this is not an easy smash at all. All the hours of work that you put in the gym with a little bit of elevation sensation here.
One more ball down.
How good was that?
One more.
And I don't say this lightly. This is a 20-year-old's body. You know, to have all of that work in a 20-year-old is different to a 28-year-old. Impressive. No, come on.
Mr. Bautista Agut trying to call on the right baseline. The ball was called in.
If that's in, this is almost the shot of the match for me. Under this pressure, changing direction. They were pounding the ball at each other. He just changes direction. Nonchalantly catches the line. Is it his day?
Well, an oil painting of a backhand. A shot that he struggled with early on in this match has suddenly come good. He's got too many breaks here.
Tsitsipas.
Tell you what, Fitzy, Tsitsipas would give a good chunk of his prize money right now for a first serve.
Well, I didn't really see those 2 points coming. The way he's been serving, you expected him to win at least one of them.
Yeah, 3-love up. No first serves. Just like that. Back on track.
Time violation, warning Mr. Bautista Agut.
Just a warning. That's brave. That's what he needs to do if he wants to get across the finishing line here.
I think so. You've got to go out and grab this with both hands and win it, don't you? In these situations, you can't be too passive. You're up against high quality opposition. You've got to be brave.
Roberto, hold on. Could you get his feather, please? Thank you.
There was a feather floating down.
There's a ticket to the party.
Tsitsipas.
Perfect technique. You can't see him losing 2 serves in a row again, can you? I can't.
5-2.
Tsitsipas.
That's what he needed. He's got 4 more match points. Stefanos Tsitsipas is through to his first Grand Slam semi-final. And what a battle it has been against Roberto Bautista Agut. 3 hours and 15 minutes of high-octane tennis. He's a winner. 7-5, 4-6, 6-4, 7-6.